Hello everyone! Welcome back! I think that by now I should have some graphics, so let's get a bit silly with it, and throw some anime boobs on the screen for the thumbnail, and get this ball rolling. Spice and Wolf has a special place in my heart. It was the first anime I started watching while being aware of the cultural niche which anime occupies. I'd watched Yu-Gi-Oh!, Beyblade, Naruto, and Mew Mew Power as a kid, picking up an enduring fixation on catgirls in the latter case. All of this before I'd really formed a concept of Japan or of cultures different from my own. Anybody who gets exposed to anime memes for long enough will doubtless become familiar with the idea that Spice and Wolf lures you in with a fantasy setting occupied by lovable main characters before delivering a sucker punch in the form of a masterclass in medieval economics. Some people who have actually seen the show, may retain this impression in an uncritical sort of way. I am here to disabuse you of this notion. You aren't going to learn medieval economics by watching Spice and Wolf. Across the 2 seasons of Spice and Wolf that have aired, comprising as they do books 1, 2, 3, and 5 of the light novels, I've no idea what happened to book 4, maybe the producers just hate cookies. The economic factors are dealt with primarily in isolation. We see business deals arise from a currency adulteration in the first arc, a desperate plan to recoup losses from a purchase of goods on margins in the second, a weird contract and some kind of merchant's duel surrounding a fad and an accompanying commodity bubble in iron pyrite in the third, and finally, an out-and-out case of criminal activity and Lawrence's developing feelings for Holo getting in the way of a profitable go at the fur trade market in the 4th arc. Where's that 5th? I don't even. While each of these show some economic principles at work, either as inciting incident or solution to a problem, none of them helps you draw a picture of how these principles integrate into the whole. It would be like someone showing you the ingredients to bake a cake, and then expecting you to actually go ahead and bake the damn cake without any further instruction. Messy. What you're left with is a somewhat increased familiarity with a handful of economic processes, and some pleasant memories of Holo naked. The major conflicts we see in the story are mostly to do with Holo and Lawrence's developing their relationship, while tangentially flirting with Lawrence's career. The attentive viewer might gain some good lessons on the adulteration of commodity currency and how this impacts the currency markets, as well as on the increased risks and rewards that are to be had by dealing on margin. There is also an object lesson about the dangers of bubble trading stuffed in there, and why it's a bad idea to trust a stranger who offers to use your crush as leverage in a shady fur trade deal. But consider the first arc. In the first episode, budding young merchant Chloe alludes to a large and profitable deal which she wants to cut Lawrence in on. By the end of the arc, we find out that Earl Arendot, who rules Paslow, the town where Chloe lives, has been working with the Medio Trading Company to acquire large quantities of Trenny silver coins, while the King of Trenny is in the middle of reminting the currency in order to debase it. The plan is to use their large holdings of Trenny silver coins to purchase the rights to alter wheat tariffs off of the king. The farmers of Paslow and its neighbors, represented by Chloe, along with the Earl and the Medio Trading Company, plan to thereby remove the wheat tariff, which would increase the profits to be had from the region's chief export. Lawrence and Holo come in on the deal from the outside. After encountering Zarin, a peddler who has offered to sell them insider info about an upcoming currency reminting, the two set out to investigate the information for themselves. After learning that the currency is actually to be devalued, Holo suggests that there may be some other players involved, and Lawrence agrees. The two take the deal to Mylone Trading Company. Shortly thereafter, the Medio Trading Company attempts to capture our heroes. Over the last 2 episodes, the above information all comes to light. The Mylone Trading Company manages to turn a substantial profit, which Lawrence takes a cut of after they've rescued Holo as part of a 2-part plan to prevent the Mylone Trading Company from facing the wrath of the Church for consorting with Holo. Now, while this entire series of events might give you some ideas about economics, most of the conflict here arises from political intrigue. The deals don't arise because of basic principles governing interactions of agents in the market. Instead, the conflict is mostly driven by an attempt to buy privileges off of a coercive government. The merchants scarcely even do business amongst themselves as part of the supposedly normal operation of their jobs. They're all scheming for government favors in a regulated grain market. All told, this doesn't serve to illustrate the foundations of economic exchange. The characters jump straight into a secretive plot, disregarding the normal operations of the markets they're trading in, and instead choose to focus on something flashy and interesting, while beginning the slow burn of the series' romantic arc and its themes of overcoming loneliness. Because, oh hey, that's right, this series has a romantic arc! Spice and Wolf is great at what it does, but that most definitely isn't presenting medieval economics as a topic. If you want to learn more about economics, read a goddamn book! Nobody who sells them is sponsoring this, so you'll need to find one on your own. Thanks for listening, and until next time, you're only as good as your capacity for rational thought will allow. You're not dead until you give up. You won't get that cat girl by wishing. Holo is not going to step on you. Come up with a catchphrase for next time. Thank you for watching my video. Be sure to mash the buttons for the greater glory of our button overlords. If you liked the artwork that I have representing myself in these videos, then please go and check out Summer Sketch over on Fiverr. She does great work for reasonable rates. Link in the description.